back to story time. It is the month of Margashish, and on the 14th day of the bright half, Dattatreya Jayanti is celebrated. So let us hear that story today. Sage Atri was the mind-born son or the Manasaputra of Lord Brahmaji, and his wife, the noble Anasuya, was the daughter of Kardama Prajapati. Now, Anasuya was so pure and virtuous that her fame had travelled far and wide. So much so that one day when the three goddesses, Lakshmi, Parvati and Saraswati, were sitting together and discussing who was the supreme among all women, at that moment Sage Narada came in. Now, as we know, Sage Narada can travel across all the worlds very easily. And so the goddesses decided that he would be the ideal person to answer their question. Now they expected that one of them would be called out as the winner. However, Sage Narada told them that on earth there dwells the wife of a sage whose name is Anasuya. She is pure, she is pious, she is chaste, she is loyal to her husband, and she is indeed fit to be called as the best among women. Now, this was not the answer that the goddesses expected, and so they were filled with jealousy. So they decided that once and for all this matter had to be settled, and they set out to ask their consorts, the great trinity Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, to go and test this Anasuya. Now, the very name Anasuya means the one who is free from envy or jealousy, and she was indeed true to her name. She was so pure and good that when she saw that some guests had arrived, she would immediately fulfill the role of a good host. And that is the moment when the three gods came there in the guise of three holy men. And so Anasuya, knowing that her husband Sage Atri had gone out on some work, decided to extend the hospitality that was due to guests. As we know, Atiti Devo Bhava. And so she welcomed them with great respect, offered them seats and then offered them lunch. And this is what they had to say. They said, "O noble lady, yes, we have come for Bhiksha, but there is one condition. Whoever serves us Bhiksha has to come and do it without any clothes on the body." And this is what they thought. They thought that Anasuya would turn them away in a fit of rage, and thus it would be proved that she was not the ideal woman, for she would have broken all rules of hospitality. Whereas Anasuya just pondered for a moment. She closed her eyes and meditated on her husband. And that is when she got an answer to this puzzling situation. So she just sprinkled some water on these three guests, and they changed into little babies instantaneously. And that is when she felt a flood of motherly affection for them, for looking at that small cute babies who were wailing in hunger. She felt no formality or awkwardness in offering them food without any clothes on her body. For there is no barrier of clothing or formality in between a mother and her newborn child. And after the babies had their fill, she cradled them and put them to sleep. Now, when Sage Atri returned, he was surprised to see his wife with three babies who were asleep. And using his yogic powers, he came to know that they were none other than the great Lord Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. And so he prostrated before them and asked them to appear in their original form. When the three gods appeared in their true form and blessed the couple, they told the couple to ask for a boon. And this is when both of them asked that the lords remain with them as their children. This was the best boon that they could ever wish for. And the lords immediately agreed. They had experienced the motherly love of Anasuya, and they were only too glad to stay back. Meanwhile, the goddesses started panicking. Their husbands hadn't returned, and when they watched from above, they saw that their husbands were now mere babies and who were being looked after by this devout couple, Sage Atri and his wife Anusuya, what could they do but come and beg for forgiveness from this noble and virtuous lady? They realized that what Sage Narada had said was indeed true. She was the ideal and the perfect woman. But now they wanted their husbands back, and so they begged Anusuya to let the lords return with them. And Anusuya just asked the lords to leave some portion back with them in the form of a child. And that is how Lord Brahmaji stayed back as Chandra, Lord Vishnu stayed back as Datta, and Lord Shiva stayed back as Durvasa. These three children gave immense joy to their parents, but in time Chandra took permission from his parents to go and reside in the region of the moon, from where his parents could always see him. Durvasa meanwhile had decided that he would undertake severe penance, for he wished to live the life of a Rishi, and so he took permission to leave the house too. However, they assured their parents that a portion of each of them would remain in the third son Datta, and that is how Dattatreya was born, with the portions of Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva in him, with 3 heads and 6 limbs, each pair of limbs carrying those symbols that represented the original god to whom they belonged to. As Atri and Anusuya were overjoyed at having Dattatreya as their son, soon it was time for even Dattatreya to take their leave, for he had decided that he would wander and seek the highest truth, and that is how he began searching for teachers. Wherever he went, wherever he walked, whatever he experienced, he would learn from them, and he came to be known as the Avaduta Guru. He himself learned from 24 teachers, and he became the one who would impart knowledge to one and all, holding back nothing for himself. He is the Guru that everybody worships till today, especially on Dattatreya Jayanti. So when we look at the image of Lord Dattatreya, let us remember that the 4 dogs around him represent the 4 Vedas. The cow Kamadhenu standing behind him represents Mother Earth, and he himself represents the highest knowledge. May Lord Dattatreya show his compassion and bless us with the knowledge that we are seeking. I hope you liked today's story, and if you did, don't forget to share it with your family and friends. And I will be back next week with another story. Until we meet again, Hari Om.